Hey everyone, welcome back to another review video. A week or so ago, I attended an Indian demo day and rode 3 bikes, the Springfield, the Chieftain, and the Challenger. Even though I had already ridden the Springfield and the Chieftain, I wanted to ride them again for one very important reason. When I first rode them, I had almost no experience with riding heavy touring bikes. Now that I've put on 2,000 or 3,000 miles on heavier bikes, I wanted to ride those Indians again to see if experience has changed my mind on them. A week later, I did the same thing with Harley. I rode south about an hour to a Harley demo day and rode 3 bikes, a Road King, Street Glide, and a Road Glide. These are the direct competitors for the 3 Indians I rode the week before. I was really surprised at the difference those couple thousand miles on heavier bikes made on these rides. Let's talk about that. I have a separate video for the review of the Road King versus the Springfield. You can see that here. This video is going to be focused on the Street Glide and Road Glide. First, let's talk about the Street Glide. The bike I rode was the Street Glide Special with the 120th Anniversary Edition paint scheme. It's a really nice looking bike. It has a 114 engine, weighs in about 130 pounds, has a 6-gallon tank, and a 26-inch seat height. I gotta say, I really enjoyed this ride. When I tested a Street Glide a few months ago, I struggled with the handling on the bike. I'm not sure why I struggled with it back then. Maybe it was just because I wasn't used to riding a heavier bike. I don't know. Regardless, this bike handled beautifully. I had no issues with it. As with all Harley touring bikes, I noticed a decent amount of vibration when decelerating and sitting at a stop, but it didn't bother me near as much as it did a few months ago. I definitely could get used to it. The 114 engine is smooth and powerful. The upper gears had quite a wide range of speed in them. The suspension was good as well. As a short guy, the reach to the bars is comfortable, no issues there. I didn't experience any wind buffeting while on the road. Granted, we didn't go really fast. We might have hit 70 a couple of times for a short distance, so it wasn't really a good test to determine if wind buffeting is an issue. I've heard rumors that some people do get wind buffeting on the stock windshield that comes with these bikes. I don't know, I didn't have anyone on this test ride, but again, not a great test for that. All in all, this was a great ride, lots of fun, really comfortable. On to the Road Glide. The Road Glide I rode is a Road Glide ST. This is one of their more expensive bikes. It has the 117 engine and starts around $30,000. It has a 26 3/4 inch seat height, so a little bit taller than the others, and weighs about 840 pounds. The 117 engine bikes come stock with the heavy breather air cleaner. If you watched my Road King review I just put out, you'll remember that the one I rode had a heavy breather air cleaner as well, and I smacked my shin on that one. I did not have that issue with the Road Glide ST. Something in the design is different as far as where it's placed. I didn't have a problem with that. I know guys with longer legs did struggle with it at the demo day though. I guess my short legs saved my shins on the Road Glide ST. The ST models are really sharp looking with a single seat. I really like the looks of them. I'm not a huge fan of the shark nose fairing, but I wanted to ride one to feel the difference between the Street Glide and the Road Glide. And to be honest, I actually still like the Street Glide better. The Road Glide is nice, but I can still feel a slight difference in the handling. The frame-mounted fairing adds just enough weight to the front of the bike to affect the handling ever so slightly. Again, I didn't have any of the issues I had a few months ago on my Road Glide test, other than the vibration. It was a comfortable ride and lots of fun. I did notice more wind in my face with the Road Glide than with the Street Glide. The Road Glide has a vent in the windshield that from what I can see can't be closed, allowing more wind through. I didn't get much head bobble from that, just more wind in my face. It's nice on a hot day, but if it's cold, not being able to close that vent would be super annoying. Another thing to mention, the 117 engine gets quite hot. My legs were noticeably warmer on the 117 than they were on the 114 that was on the Road King and the Street Glide. So now that we've talked about the rides, let's talk about comparing these with the Indians that I rode the week before. Hey, by the way, if you're still watching and haven't subscribed, could you go ahead and do that? I'd appreciate it. Thanks. So honestly, I think I've changed my mind and switched over to the Harley for my next touring bike for one simple reason. The Harleys are more comfortable for me to ride out of the box without spending a bunch of money on mods. The only downside to the Harleys that I have found is the vibration. I really can't think of much else. Yes, when comparing apples to apples, the Indians are more powerful, and they handle just a tiny bit better at road speeds due to the longer wheelbase, But when you consider the amount of money I have to spend to make them comfortable, those things don't matter as much anymore. The Harleys are much better for people of my size than the Indian. They handle just fine and are a little easier to handle at slow speeds in parking lots. That being said, all 6 bikes from the Indian Demo Day and the Harley Day were fun to ride, but I must say that when it's time to upgrade, I'll probably be looking at a Street Glide. Of all the bikes I've ridden on these 2 demo days, I think that is my favorite. So I guess that makes me a full-fledged Harley convert. I was seriously considering going back to the Indian Chieftain for my next bike, but Harley has changed my mind. Way to go, Harley. So anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. See you on the next one. God bless.